Alright, so I've done a bit of Googling on this next one, and I can't seem to find anyone who's offering this service, or else anyone who's even proposed this service. Maybe I've not Googled long enough, or maybe my failure to find anything speaks to the fact that the service I'm about to propose is not at all workable. But I'll leave these matters to fault finders, ever so generous with their time, to answer. The service I have in mind would be purveyed by the private sector. The service itself would amount to a private company delivering a hydroponic Christmas tree to your home at the beginning of the Christmas season, and picking it back up at the end of the season for reuse the following year. Given their reasonably small size and the fact that it seems possible to grow most vegetation in a hydroponic setting, I imagine that pine and spruce trees could indeed be grown hydroponically. I also suspect that with sufficient nutrient, these trees could be made to have reasonably small root systems, thus permitting them to be moved around with relative ease each year. But these are details. All important, and yet seemingly unimportant details. Now, as with the other Christmas tree-related entry I've posted today, I do not think that this business model would be economically viable under prevailing prices for Christmas trees. Yet, once again, I think that there are many who would be willing to pay a considerable premium to enjoy the presence of a real Christmas tree during the holiday season without the sense of guilt that accompanies the knowledge that you, or some dude on your behalf, have cut down and dragged a tree out of the forest and propped it up in your living room, all in the name of a few short minutes of viewing pleasure. The proposed hydroponic tree service would allow Christmas trees to be reused, with baby trees going to the homes of those who prefer small trees, and older, grown-up trees going to those who prefer larger trees. Forests might thus be left alone, and many, many millions of trees would be spared each year. Okay, so again, I'm not a bleeding heart, but I do think that reasonable steps that might be taken to mitigate environmental damage ought to be taken. Well, at least I think this. Not sure that I or anyone else actually acts accordingly.